The galaxy had a rule it never questioned. Power was loud. Strong empires announced themselves with bright fleets, heavy weapons, and long speeches. Humans did none of that. At the edge of the Orion neutral zone, the Galactic Council fleet waited. Thousands of alien warships floated in perfect formation. Their hulls glowed with energy shields. Weapons were charged. Sensors scanned every direction. They were here to judge a new species. Humans. Most council members did not take them seriously. "They are late," said High Commander Vrax of the Kellner Empire. His voice echoed through the council chamber. A weak species always arrives late. Laughter spread among the alien leaders. Primitive, another commander said. They needed centuries just to leave their own planet. The council expected noise. They expected fear. They expected excuses. Instead, space went quiet. No warp flashes. No energy spikes. No warning signs. Then the sensors changed. A young officer froze in his seat. "Sir, something is appearing." Vrax turned sharply. "What kind of ship?" The officer swallowed. "That's the problem. It's not a ship. It's many. They're already here." On the main display, shapes slowly became visible. Human vessels. They did not shine. They did not glow. They were dark, smooth, and silent, like shadows cut from space itself. The human fleet did not jump in. It had always been there. The alien commanders shifted uncomfortably. "How did they bypass our sensors?" someone asked. "No energy signature," another whispered. "No heat. No radiation." The human ship stopped at a respectful distance. Perfect spacing. Perfect order. Not one moved out of line. Still, no weapons powered up. Still, no message. Vrax narrowed his eyes. "Open a channel. Let us hear what they want." A signal was sent. For several seconds, nothing happened. Then a single human appeared on the screen. He wore a simple dark uniform. No medals. No decorations. His face was calm. His eyes showed no fear. "This is Fleet Commander Elias Ward of the United Human Armada," he said in a clear, steady voice. "We acknowledge your presence." That was all. No threats. No begging. No apology. The council waited. Vrax leaned forward. "Is that all? You enter council space without permission and say nothing more." Commander Ward nodded once. "Correct." Anger spread through the chamber. "You stand before the combined fleets of the galaxy," Vrax said. "Do you understand your position?" "Yes," Ward replied. "We understand it very well." One alien general laughed loudly. "Then you understand you are outnumbered." Ward did not react. Numbers are not always a full story. The council murmured. Vrax smiled coldly. "We are here to decide if humanity is a threat. So far, you appear insignificant." Ward's voice remained calm. "That is acceptable." The aliens were confused now. "You do not deny it?" Vrax asked. "No," Ward said. "We prefer to be underestimated." That single sentence made the room fall silent. Vrax raised a claw. "Enough. This test is over. We will demonstrate power. A warning strike only." Alien weapon systems powered up. Space lit with energy. Human ships did nothing. "Fire," Vrax ordered. A wave of plasma, and light rushed toward the human fleet. It hit and vanished. The attacks disappeared like mist in sunlight. No explosion. No impact. Nothing. The human ships were untouched. The alien fleet froze. "Report." Vrax shouted. "Sir, our weapons did not connect. It's like space itself moved around them." Commander Ward spoke again. "We asked for peace. We arrived without weapons active. You chose to test us." Vrax growled. "All ships, full attack." Before the second order could finish, every screen in the council chamber flickered. Sensors went blind. Communications died. Stars on the map went dark, one by one. "What is happening?" someone screamed. Commander Ward's image stayed clear. "We are not attacking," he said calmly. "We are only arriving." The human commander turned slightly, as if listening to something only he could hear. "Phase 1 complete," he said softly. Suddenly, every alien ship, received the same data packet. It was a scan, not of the alien fleet, of them, every weakness, every weapon frequency, every shield cycle, perfectly mapped. Vrax felt fear for the first time in his long life. "What are you?" he asked quietly. Commander Ward looked straight ahead. "We are humanity," he said, "and this is us being polite." The human fleet remained silent, waiting, and the galaxy finally understood. The humans had not come to fight. They had come to show restraint. And whatever they were holding back was far worse. The council chamber was tense. Silence filled the room like a heavy fog. Every alien officer stared at the black, silent fleet hovering in the neutral zone. Humans did not move. Humans did not threaten. And yet, a strange unease spread to the ranks. High Commander Vrax tried to shake it off. He raised his claw and laughed loudly. "They are just shadows, empty hulls. How can they be dangerous?" Other council members joined in. "Weak, primitive, nothing but fragile bodies and simple minds," said General Thor. "This is almost funny." Yet, even as they laughed, unease grew. Sensors kept failing. Communications flickered. Weapons readings became unreliable. Every time they tried to lock on the human ships, the numbers danced and changed. Vrax's voice grew sharp. "We will test them. A small strike, just to show them our power." A wave of smaller fighter ships launched toward the human fleet. They zipped forward, glowing with alien energy. On the main screen, humans still did not move. No shields flared. No weapons fired. And then the first fighter vanished. Not exploded, vanished. Just gone. "Impossible!" shouted an alien officer. "Our weapons hit nothing." Commander Ward's voice appeared across the fleet's comms, calm and controlled. "We warned you. We prefer peace. You insist on testing it." Vrax's anger grew. "Destroy it. All fighters, fire at once." The alien fleet fired in unison. Plasma beams cut through space. Energy bolts streaked across the stars, and missiles launched toward the human ships. Every weapon, every attack failed. The beams bent strangely. The missiles stopped mid-flight, then floated harmlessly past the humans. The council members panicked. "They are deflecting our attacks." "How?" Ward's voice was soft but filled with quiet authority. "We are not defending ourselves. We are teaching a lesson." The aliens laughed nervously at first. Then fear began to seep in. They realized that the humans had seen their every move before it happened. Every strategy, every tactic, every weapon design. It was already known. Flashbacks ran through the minds of council members. Stories from distant systems about humans surviving extinction-level events, wars, and planetary collapses. Legends of the small planet that fought off invaders 10 times its size. Myths, they thought, nothing more. But now they were real. Vrax clenched his claw. "We will destroy them. For mockery, for pride, for the humiliation of our empire." War replied calmly. "There is still time to choose differently. Stop now and we will leave. Continue, and you will see the true cost of underestimating humans." The alien fleets hesitated. Some weapons flickered as if doubting their own power. Some commanders looked at each other, fear in their eyes. They were experienced. They were seasoned. They had fought countless wars. And yet, they felt powerless against silence. One alien general whispered, "What do they want? What is their plan?" Ward's calm voice echoed, "We came to observe. You chose to provoke. Prepare yourselves." Then, sensors lit up again, scanning the alien fleet in ways they had never seen. Systems overloaded. Ships shuddered. Commands failed. Every attack became useless. The council members realized something terrifying. Humans were learning faster than any system could calculate. Every attempt to harm them only revealed more weaknesses in the aliens' fleet. Vrax's pride was burning. They are only a species of meat and bone. "Nothing more," he roared. Ward's voice came again. "Meat and bone, yes. But together, we are something you cannot comprehend. You are witnessing only the first act." The room fell silent. For the first time, fear replaced laughter. The aliens could not touch the humans, could not predict them, could not even understand them. And yet, the humans waited. Quietly, patiently, the galaxy was beginning to understand one undeniable truth. Never underestimate humanity. The alien fleets were in chaos. Weapons that had never failed were now useless. Plasma beams bent around human ships. Missiles stalled mid-flight and drifted harmlessly past. Energy pulses fizzled before reaching their targets. The council members shouted orders, clawed at controls, and demanded explanations, but nothing worked. High Commander Vrax's eyes burned with rage. How is this possible? Every weapon, every system, useless. Report. Officers scrambled, scanning, and recalculating. Sir, their shields, they adapt instantly. Our energy signatures are reflected back at us in ways we cannot counter. The council chamber fell silent. No one had ever seen this before. The humans were learning faster than any sensor, faster than any AI, faster than any calculation. Every strike the aliens tried failed. Every strategy reversed. Across the dark, calm void of space, human ships hovered like shadows, perfectly still. Commander Elias Ward appeared again on the communication screens, calm and composed. We do not seek war. We do not wish to harm, but we will defend ourselves if necessary. An alien general sneered. Defense? You mean your shields. A simple trick of human engineering. Ward's eyes narrowed slightly. Observe carefully. This is no trick. This is adaptation. We learn. We respond. We survive. Suddenly, the alien fleet's attacks escalated. Massive energy volleys launched in rapid succession. Entire squadrons of alien fighters streaked forward, glowing like fireflies in the dark. Every alien believed this would finally overwhelm the humans. It did not. Each volley hit the human fleet. Then it bounced back. One by one, alien ships felt the consequences of their own weapons. Shields overloaded. Energy cores destabilized. Small explosions rocked ships that had thought themselves untouchable. Panic spread like wildfire. Vrax bellowed. Pull back! Pull back! Too late. The human fleet was already moving, not attacking, but reorganizing. Their dark, sleek ships shifted in formation with terrifying precision. Sensors registered movement, but there was no rush, no chaos, only perfect order. Sir, an officer whispered, trembling. Their shields, they are analyzing us in real time. Impossible. Vrax shouted. No species can do this. Ward's calm voice filled the council chamber once again. We are not here to destroy. Yet, you have chosen to continue. You have chosen to show your arrogance. We respond accordingly. Then the human ships glowed faintly. Barely visible light. Subtle pulses that traveled along their hulls. Alien officers blinked in confusion. Every weapon fired at them was instantly neutralized. Every incoming attack was mirrored back, amplified by the shields themselves. A Kellner dreadnought suddenly exploded, torn apart by its own energy beam. The council members froze. What just happened? Ward's face remained calm on the screen. Do not mistake restraint for weakness. Observe carefully. We defend. We adapt. But the moment we strike, the consequences are irreversible. For the first time, fear replaced arrogance. The alien fleets realized they had no advantage, no secret, no power over the humans. Every calculation, every prediction, every weapon system. They were already one step ahead, without even firing a single offensive shot. Vrax roared in frustration. All fleets, fall back. Retreat. But retreat was chaos. Ships collided, engines overloaded, and confusion spread faster than anyone could contain. Humans were not chasing. Humans were simply observing, silent, calm, utterly unshakable. Ward's voice echoed through the galaxy's communication networks. Simple yet commanding. We asked for peace. You chose war. Know this. We do not seek conquest. But do not mistake our patience for ignorance. The galaxy is about to learn the cost of underestimating humanity. And then, just as suddenly as the attack had begun, the human fleet stopped. Not a single weapon fired. Not a single ship moved out of line. They waited, silent, calm, unyielding. The council members understood, too late, that this was only the beginning. The humans had revealed just enough to show they could defend themselves. But the galaxy would soon learn that defense was only the first act. Silence hung over the neutral zone. The alien fleets, once confident and arrogant, now floated like frightened prey. Their systems still trembled from the unexpected backlash of their own attacks. Every officer knew one undeniable truth. Humans were nothing like they had imagined. Commander Elias Ward watched calmly from the flagship horizon. His fleet remained in perfect formation, sleek, dark, and almost invisible. Not a single ship fired a weapon. Not a single engine flared. Yet, every alien knew they were outmatched. Then Ward spoke. "This is not our army," he said softly, almost to himself. "This is only our guard." Without warning, the quiet void of space exploded with movement. From hidden warp points, hundreds of massive human battleships emerged. Their hulls gleamed faintly, black as obsidian and lined with unbroken silver. Each ship was larger than any alien vessel in the galaxy. Each was armed with silent energy weapons, designed not for show, but for absolute precision. Sensors on alien ships went into overload. They could not process the numbers. Thousands of human ships now surrounded them, perfectly coordinated. Their movement was fluid, synchronized as if controlled by one mind. Vrax's claw shook in disbelief. Impossible. How many are there? Ward did not answer. He simply gave a single command. Phase 2. Engage. The human ships fired, not in a chaotic barrage, but in perfect harmony. Energy beams moved like threads of light, weaving through space, striking alien ships with pinpoint accuracy. Shields collapsed before they even had time to respond. Hulls buckled silently, then shattered. Entire squadrons disappeared within seconds. Alien fleets tried to fight back, but it was useless. Every attack was countered. Every maneuver anticipated. Every strike they made was reflected back with devastating force. Panic spread through the ranks. Officers clawed at controls. Soldiers shouted orders. But chaos had taken hold. Ward's calm voice echoed across the communication networks of the galaxy. "This is what happens when you underestimate us. You assume silence is weakness. You assume restraint is ignorance. You were wrong on every count." One alien ship tried a desperate warp jump. It miscalculated. Its energy core destabilized. It exploded into a brilliant cloud of fire and debris. The others hesitated. Their fear was palpable, a tangible force in space. From the flagship horizon, Ward observed without emotion. His crew moved efficiently, silently, like parts of a single organism. He gave another order, and entire alien formations collapsed under the combined precision of human firepower. "This is only the beginning," he said. "The galaxy is yet to see our true strength." Other alien empires, watching from afar, felt the tremor. They had mocked humanity, laughed at their supposed primitiveness. Now they understood. Humanity was not only resilient, they were unstoppable when united. In the council chambers, Vrax stared at the communication feed, pale and trembling. They are not just strong, they are perfection. Every move calculated, flawless. Ward's calm voice delivered the final message before retreating to observe silently. "You were warned, and yet you forced our hand. Remember this day. The galaxy underestimated humans. Never again." The humans did not celebrate. They did not taunt. They simply stood silent, letting the devastation speak for them. Their presence alone had rewritten the rules of power in the galaxy. For the first time, every alien in the neutral zone understood one truth. Humanity was no ordinary species. Humanity was evolution perfected in patience, resilience, and intelligence. And now it had awakened. The shock wave of the human fleet's awakening spread faster than any ship could travel. Across the galaxy, every empire, every council, every hidden watcher felt it. The Kellner Empire, the Zorvax Collective, the ancient Eldrin Syndicate, all had assumed humans were a primitive species, incapable of true strategy or strength. They were wrong. Reports came in from scouts and distant sensors. Entire alien fleets had been neutralized without humans firing a single destructive shot in some cases. Their shields had learned, adapted, and reflected attacks. Their formations were flawless. Their coordination was beyond comprehension. Across the galaxy, fear and awe-replaced arrogance. Alien ambassadors rushed to emergency councils, trying to comprehend what they had underestimated for centuries. "Do you see it now?" asked Ward quietly, addressing no one in particular. His voice was calm but filled with authority. "This is why humans survived wars that would have wiped out entire planets. This is why we are still here. We learn. We adapt. We endure. And when necessary, we strike with precision unmatched by any other species." The Galactic Council convened an emergency session. Hollow images of a human fleet flashed on every wall. Leaders argued, debated, and panicked. "They are not conquerors," one alien diplomat admitted quietly. "Yet every action they take, every move, overwhelms us." A historian spoke, voice trembling. Humanity was always dismissed as simple, weak, but records show they survived extinction events. They survived internal collapse. They even repelled invasions from far stronger neighbors. Every time, humanity adapted, learned, and emerged stronger. They are not a species to be tested. They are a species to be respected. Rax clenches claws. Respected? They humiliated us. Entire fleets destroyed. And yet they do not gloat, do not boast, do not demand surrender. They do not conquer for pride. What is their aim? Ward's calm presence remained on every communication channel. "We do not seek conquest. We do not wish domination. We fight only when forced. But we do not forgive underestimation." The galaxy has chosen to learn this lesson the hard way. Alien empires that had long mocked humanity now scrambled for peace. Treaties were proposed, embassies opened, fleets called back to avoid further catastrophe. Even the most aggressive species realized that they could no longer rely on numbers, technology, or intimidation to overpower humans. One by one, alien leaders began to understand. Humanity's strength was not just in weapons or shields or fleets. It was in resilience, intelligence, and unity. Every challenge made humans stronger. Every attack against them became a lesson for the attacker. Even in the midst of awe, a shadow lingered. Not all watched openly. Somewhere in the depths of uncharted space, an ancient and secret species observed silently. They had studied humans for millennia, waiting, hiding. And now, they realized that humanity had finally reached a level that could challenge even them. Ward's voice echoed through the galaxy one last time during the session. "We came quietly. We asked for peace. You chose to doubt us. You chose to test us. Know this. Humanity does not forget. And humanity does not yield to arrogance." The galaxy now knows the truth. For the first time, alien leaders understood it fully. Humans were not merely a species. They were a force of nature, underestimated at their peril. In the silent void of space, the human fleet held its position. They did not celebrate. They did not boast. They simply waited, observing, patient, calm. The galaxy had learned a lesson it would never forget. Never underestimate humanity. The alien fleets expected devastation. They had prepared for annihilation, convinced that humans would now strike without mercy. But nothing happened. The human ships remained in perfect formation, silent and still. Not a single weapon fired. Not a single energy pulse flared. Commander Elias Ward watched from the bridge of the flagship horizon, calm and collected, as the alien fleets trembled before them. A low murmur ran through the Galactic Council. Whispers of disbelief spread among the alien leaders. "They're not attacking?" one gasped. Ward spoke softly, his voice carrying across the communication channels. "We could have destroyed you. Every fleet, every ship, every empire that doubted us. But that is not our way. Power is measured not by fear, but by choice." On the outer edges, alien ships damaged during the skirmishes floated helplessly. Hulls scorched, shields weakened. Most expected immediate destruction. Instead, human repair drones emerged. Small, sleek, self-replicating machines that repaired ships silently, efficiently, and without asking for anything in return. A council diplomat could hardly believe his eyes. They are repairing our ships? Ward's eyes were steady. We are not conquerors. We are not tyrants. Humanity protects, not destroys. Strength without mercy is meaningless. Strength with mercy defines us. The message spread rapidly. Alien fleets that had been poised for battle slowly lowered their weapons. Fear was replaced by respect. For the first time, the galaxy saw humans not as mere warriors, but as guardians with unmatched capability and moral clarity. One alien commander whispered to another, his voice trembling. We mocked them. We laughed. And yet, they could have ended everything in moments. Instead, they chose restraint. War continued. You have been given a choice. You can learn from this, or you can repeat your mistakes. We do not demand obedience. We do not demand tribute. We demand only recognition of what humans are capable of, and that peace is more valuable than destruction. Alien leaders looked at one another. Shame and awe reflected on their faces. Some who had once laughed at humanity now bowed slightly in respect. Entire empires understood that the humans' true power was in their discipline, patience, and ethics, not just in weapons or fleets. But even as the galaxy absorbed this revelation, Ward knew they were not entirely safe. Far beyond the observed sectors, a hidden ancient enemy watched silently. Their intentions were unclear, but the humans had sensed them. They were patient. They were prepared. And they were ready. Ward's voice, calm yet resolute, carried one final message to the galaxy. Strength without control is destruction. Mercy without strength is foolishness. Humanity is both. Remember this, the galaxy has a new standard. In the silence of space, the human fleet stood as a living testament to restraint, power, and wisdom. For once, fear was not needed to command respect. Mercy alone had done what weapons could not. And somewhere in the shadows of deep space, a faint, unseen presence watched. The galaxy might have learned the lesson for now, but the humans' true trial was still to come. Even as the galaxy celebrated the humans' restraint, far beyond the reach of sensors and fleets, a dark presence stirred. An ancient species, older than most recorded empires, watched silently from the edge of uncharted space. Known only as the Veil, they had studied humanity for centuries, waiting, hiding, and calculating. They had never intervened, until now. The Veil's vessels moved like shadows across the void. They were massive, ancient, and filled with weapons no alien had ever conceived. Their intent was clear: erase humanity before it could rise any further. Back in the neutral zone, Commander Elias Ward observed the anomaly. Sensors detected the approach of the Veil's fleet, their energy signatures faint but undeniable. Ward's calm demeanor never wavered. Prepare the superfleet, he ordered. His voice was steady, yet carried the weight of authority. They thought humans could be intimidated. Let's show them the truth. The human armada shifted. What seemed like the full fleet moments ago was only a fraction of humanity's might. From hidden warp points and cloaked positions, more ships emerged. Colossal battleships, faster than any recorded in history, surrounded the alien observers like a web of living steel. The Veil attacked first. Massive energy beams lanced through space. Ancient missiles carved through the darkness. Entire systems of the human fleet lit up as they absorbed the assault. But for every strike the Veil made, humanity responded perfectly. Shields adapted instantly, deflecting impossible energies. Countermeasures neutralized missiles before they left the Veil vessels. And then, with terrifying precision, human weapons struck back, not blindly but calculated, surgical, devastating. One Veil dreadnought exploded silently, torn apart by its own reflected energy. Another ship disintegrated in a pulse of neutralized force. The ancient attackers had never faced a species that could learn, adapt, and strike back in real time. Vrax's voice trembled across the communication networks. Impossible! Even the humans' restraint, they are monsters when provoked. Ward's calm, steady voice answered. We warn the galaxy. Some still doubt. Doubt is costly. We do not attack to terrorize. We attack to end threats decisively. The Veil faltered, stunned by the human precision and coordination. Entire fleets disappeared in moments. not through reckless destruction, but through controlled, overwhelming force. The galaxy watched in silence as the humans proved they could destroy without mercy, but only when necessary. Still, Ward did not gloat. He gave the Veil one chance to retreat, one chance to recognize humanity's superiority without further bloodshed. The Veil hesitated, realizing too late that they were hopelessly outmatched. When they finally fled into the darkness of uncharted space, the galaxy understood fully. Humans were a force that combined restraint with absolute power. To underestimate them was not only arrogance, it was suicide. Ward looked across the fleet. Let this be a lesson for anyone who still doubts. Humanity does not bow. Humanity does not fear. Humanity protects, endures, and if needed, we strike with certainty. For the first time, the galaxy felt a mix of awe and fear. The humans had proven the ultimate HFY truth. Even the greatest threats in the universe could not break them. And deep in the shadows, the Veil learned the hardest lesson of all. There were some species you never test, never underestimate, and never provoke. The dust of battle had settled. The once mocking empires of the galaxy were silent, stunned by the demonstration of human power. Even the fleets that had feared annihilation now lowered their weapons in awe. Humanity had shown that strength could be absolute, yet restraint could be even greater. Commander Elias Ward stood on the bridge of the flagship Horizon, observing the calm of space. His crew moved efficiently, silently, like extensions of a single mind. The galaxy had seen the humans' fury, their precision and their mercy, and now, the consequences of underestimating them were clear. Across distant systems, alien leaders convened. They discussed treaties, reparations, and alliances. They no longer spoke of humans as weak or primitive. Instead, they spoke of respect, of fear tempered by admiration, and of a species that had rewritten the rules of power in the galaxy. Ward addressed the council through a calm, clear transmission. The galaxy has learned an important truth. Humanity does not seek conquest. We do not rule with fear. We rule with choice, with knowledge, and with responsibility. Those who cooperate will prosper. Those who challenge us will learn why restraint is a privilege, not a weakness. On many worlds, humans assisted alien civilizations. Damaged ships were repaired, systems rebuilt, and lessons shared. Humanity became a symbol, not of domination, but of protection. A species once underestimated had become the shield of the galaxy. Yet, not all threats were gone. In the shadows, the Veil and other hidden observers retreated, defeated but not destroyed. Humanity had proven their strength, but they had also shown the galaxy that the future would be different. No empire would rise to challenge humans lightly again. Ward's voice carried one final message across the stars. Never judge a species by its silence. Never assume weakness from restraint. Humanity endures because we adapt. Humanity survives because we unite. And the galaxy remembers that strength, tempered by wisdom, is the greatest power of all. For the first time, humans allowed themselves a moment of quiet reflection. Their fleet stood poised, ready yet peaceful. The galaxy had been forever changed, not by fear, not by destruction, but by humanity itself. And so, the record books of every empire were rewritten. History would remember the day the galaxy underestimated humans, and the day it never did again. The stars themselves seemed to shine brighter, as if acknowledging a new order. The galaxy now knew the truth. Humans were not just survivors. Humans were legends in the making. End of Part 8. Story complete, Rocket.